Welcome to Compassion Speaks. I'm your host, Lynn Lewis, and today we will be visiting with Living Hope Women's Center, and we have back with us today Crystal Seitz, who has been a part of the Living Hope for a very, very, very long time, and we're so happy to have you back with us.
Well, then thank you for having me again. I'm excited to be here.
We are entering the Christmas season, and December is always such a special month because there's so many wonderful things going on in the community to help others. What is going on with you guys this month?
All right. Well, I'm excited about this event we have going on. It's called the Christmas Extravaganza at Hopeful Treasures Resale Boutique. This is a free event for all families to come, bring their children, they'll do a treasure hunt, they'll do letters to Santa. Sun State Technologies is hosting our warm-up station with coffee and cocoa and cookies. So this is a great time for the community to come in, get involved. The children are going to earn a gift certificate through the treasure hunt where they can get gifts for their family and get them gift wrapped right before they leave. And it's an opportunity for our children to learn the spirit of giving.
That is wonderful. When does this event take place?
It will be on December 12th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Alrighty. What does that look like if somebody is wanting to come and join? Is there going to be anything taking place as far as COVID? Will it be in kind of a wave, or do people just show up and you weed them in as they get there?
Yeah, people can just show up. It's going to be an open house style. If they'd like to wear their mask, they are encouraged and welcome to do so. We will be cleaning in between each station that we will have, our gift wrapping station and our letters to Santa. So we will up our cleaning there. But yeah, it's going to be open house style. So anyone wants to come in between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., they're welcome.
That is awesome. And is there a certain age group that is welcome to come, or could an 18-year-old show up and want to,
get
talk
in
with
there?
Santa?
So it's going to be from 0 to 99. This
Okay.
is the entire family event. Now, for adults that want to earn their $5 gift certificate to use in the store, we will have a photo booth up. So if they snap a photo of themselves and post it to Facebook, tagging Hopeful Treasures Resale Boutique, and show that to the cashier, they can get a $5 gift certificate as well.
That's great. So they will have an opportunity to earn, but also share what you guys are doing there as well. That's a great way to kind of bring people back into, okay, this is what's going on. Now, you said it's going on between certain hours. Again, what were those hours?
So we'll be on December 12th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
So just ongoing through that time.
Yeah.
That's so fun. What else is going on with Living Hope during this month?
Well, during our Christmas season, we love to just give to our families that come in and take classes with us. When they come in to take classes at our Pregnancy Help Center, they earn what we call boutique bucks. And they can spend those boutique dollars right in our thrift store to get more items for their family, items that they need, but also Christmas presents. So we are asking the community, so many people in our community, they donate to Hopeful Treasures Resale Boutique and they bless these families, but we're asking for newer items so that our parents, when they spend those boutique dollars, they can get new items for their family and wrap those up as gifts for their children.
That is wonderful. What would you say some of the most popular gifts would be to bring in? If they have extra X, Y, and Z, what would that be?
So if you have extra coats and snow boots, I know that it's our winter season. It's snowing out here today. So keeping the family warm with blankets and wool socks. Many of them are struggling to keep the lights on or to turn their heater on because they can't afford it. So having those items readily available for them, I think will be a great blessing.
That would be awesome. So we're looking for jackets, maybe some nice socks, something a little bit more fuzzy and comfy, maybe even robes if you have extra robes out there that they could use, and then just anything that would keep them warm would be great. Gently used toys, I would imagine, is something that is probably very wanted.
Yes, gently used toys, brand new toys. Remember, if the toys are broken, we don't want to give our clients something that is mishandled, misused. We want them to have a safe toy to play with. So if it is broken, we will not accept it. But we are looking for those gently used items and new items.
Perfect. Is that something that they need to think about when they're bringing it in, is to have it sanitized, or is that something that you guys do on site?
Our team will sanitize all of the items that come in so that they don't have to worry about that. But if they'd like to go the extra mile, we'll take their extra help.
That is wonderful. With Living Hope, you guys have what is called, and many people may not know, but is the Hope House. Can you tell us a little bit about, I know you were just here last month, but let's recap for those that may not know what the Hope House is, what it does, and who it serves.
Okay, well, we have a program that's part of Living Hope Centers called Hope House Maternity Home. And in this program, our clients can apply to be part of the program. They will learn job skills, they will take parenting classes, they have a safe place to sleep, and by the time they graduate the program, they should have 80% of their savings ready to help them get back on their feet.
That's crucial. That's a wonderful program. Do you guys often have beds available, or is that something that just varies?
It does vary. Because our program is so unique, it is built for the individual. For example, I've had a client that's been at Hope House Maternity Home for 3 years. She wasn't ready to move out and get on her own, but she worked the program. And then I've had ladies that have stayed for only 6 months. So it is based on the individual, so it will vary on how often a bed is available.
That's wonderful. During the Christmas season, is there anything special that if somebody wanted to do anything for those moms, and also do they have children that may be in the home, is there anything that they could do or somebody that they could reach out to maybe give a little extra blessing this time of year?
Well, that's a wonderful idea, and yes, we will accept it. If they would like to reach out to our Vice President of Operations, Brian Carter, his email is Brian, B-R-I-A-N, Brian at livinghopecenters.org, and I'm sure he'd be happy to connect with them and make this possible.
Great. Crystal, thank you so much for being here today. We'll be right back. Thank you for watching Compassion Speaks. Welcome back to Compassion Speaks. Joining us now on the show is Brian, who is with Accord Hospice. We're so happy to have you, and my name is Lynn, by the way.
Thank you for allowing me to be here today.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's great to have you. I know that you guys have been in the community for a very long time, providing a service that is very needed.
We have, and with Accord Hospice, we're helping people walk through some very difficult times in life. As they are facing terminal illnesses, as they're sick, as they're in this change in life, right? And so we get to come alongside them and partner with them in their care.
Right.
In several ways, not just on the medical side, but through social workers and helping them walk through situations that they're facing. And then my role as a chaplain, I get to come in and provide spiritual and emotional support for people that just are in that place in life. It's a major change, right. Not just for the patient, but for the family as well, as they are beginning to walk and experience what's going to be the loss of a loved one.
Right. And unfortunately, there is no time frame as to when that happens. Even with us entering into the Christmas season, this brings a little bit heavier heart, but something that we can definitely improve their quality. But also, I understand that there's a need for volunteers.
There is. People, when they're facing this type of a loss, the simple things in life become difficult. Going to the grocery store to pick up groceries and putting them away, simple house cleaning, all of those things. And what we're looking for is people that have a heart for people, people that just love people and want to serve. And we are building our database and building our volunteer program at Accord Hospice. Kind of requirements for that: they have to be 18 years old. Okay. They have to have reliable transportation, and just a passion to help people. And as they do that, in that role can, it may seem like a menial task, going to Walmart, sitting in that line of picking up groceries, bringing it to the house and putting them away in a pantry, and it may seem like a menial thing to you and I, But to somebody that can't get out of bed or somebody that's just struggling, that's a big service to them. And it's part of the magic that helps us care for people so that they can be comfortable.
Absolutely, absolutely. Is there anything special during the holiday seasons that maybe people that can't give that time but they would want to do something? I know there's school groups out there that like to make little cards or maybe little stockings. Is there anything or any kind of program in place for people to do something like that for you?
You know, we can always utilize you know, with teenagers and things like that. As a matter of fact, just recently we were involved in the Sholo Trunk or Treat, and we had teenagers that were there helping us in that. You know, if kids, youth groups, any of that would like to make Christmas cards, or, you know, just something saying, hey, thinking of you today, by all means, they can get those to us at our office, which is at 5300 Sutter Drive, Building C in Sholo. They can also call us, and our phone number is 928-271-8013, and we can make arrangements to get those things. But anything that is uplifting, supportive, in the future, what we're hoping to be able to do is also, my job as a chaplain, I'm going to be working with churches, with youth groups, with youth organizations, to go into some of our assisted living facilities and sit with patients that are there that just play puzzles, put puzzles together, play games, go for a walk, play music, just provide a quality of life for people that may not have the opportunity.
Absolutely. And I think that's something that many people don't know. I know I had a lady come in not that long ago to my shop and just ask if I knew of a facility or anybody that had a need. She was actually taking the time to go door to door to see if people needed help, which wasn't very well received during this time. So just to know that they could touch base with you guys
absolutely
is an awesome opportunity.
Absolutely. You know, another thing that we're looking at doing in the community, especially, you know, you hit on the holiday season, right? One of the things that we are looking at doing, and again, in this time frame with COVID restrictions, with all of these things, we're trying to balance the need for things versus the risks, right? And one of the things that we're looking at doing, and it'll be sometime in the beginning of December, is a memorial tree. Okay. Because people have experienced loss, right? All throughout the year, throughout this time. And unfortunately, there's not been a lot of opportunities to memorialize, to express that grief. And so one of the things we're going to be doing, and we're going to get the dates out as soon as we can get them firmed up, we're going to do what's called a memorial tree. And at our office, it's going to be most likely on a Friday evening, we're going to have a Christmas tree that's going to be there, and it's going to be lit up, and we're going to have ornaments that people can make. There's going to be glass ones, there's going to be wood ones, where you can just something to memorialize your loved one. You could also bring a Christmas ornament that was special to you or has a meaning to you to put on the tree, and then it'll be there just to remember your loved one during this season, just to be able to express that.
That's perfect. That's a great opportunity. And I know sometimes when you're doing things like that, it helps that grieving process, but also puts that little warm and fuzzy place in your heart as a reminder to the lost one. Yeah, that's awesome. Christmas time is definitely a hard time for those kind of things, but with programs like that in place, it makes it just a little easier. So when you say that people are volunteering their time, there's not one specific place. It could be at one of the centers locally, meaning Haven or Solterra, if I'm understanding that correct?
So each of those facilities have restrictions right now as to what they can and cannot do. But one of my jobs will be coordinating with those facilities when they do open up and allowing volunteers to come in. And so they can contact me again right at Accord, and I can work with the different facilities. You know, and if they're 18 or older, they can come in and they can sign up as a volunteer, and we can again, find the different places, you know, working, you know, again, delivering groceries, helping clean up yards, helping, you know, all of these different things, and just providing that outlet for people to serve.
That's wonderful. Is programs like that, has Accord ever partnered with anyone like the Love Kitchen, let's take the Love Kitchen or Meals on Wheels, for instance, to provide those special holiday meals? Or if not, is that something that we could arrange?
Oh, absolutely. We would love things like that, because we do have people, most of our patients are homebound. They are not getting out. They are in a very fragile state. A lot of them they're facing terminal illnesses and they're not getting out of their home.
Right.
And so Meals on Wheels is a big part of what we do. We have many, many patients that are receiving Meals on Wheels.
Perfect.
But again, partnering with the Love Kitchen would be a great thing, because day in and day out, this is why we have social workers, we have chaplains, we have the nurses, we have CNAs, we have all these people with eyes on the patients and their families to see what their needs are, where they're thriving, where they're struggling, where they need that assistance. Mm-hmm. And when we see that, we love to have those resources available to partner in the community, because here's the reality, and I think you understand this, is that care is not limited to one person. We've got to get outside of these walls that we build for care.
Yeah.
Which is why, we come in with a non-denominational approach from the chaplain side, and it doesn't matter where you're at in what your faith belief is. It's irrelevant to us. It could be agnostic, it could be atheistic, Buddhist. It doesn't matter, because people are people.
Right.
And all people need love, mm-hmm. and they need compassion, and they need people to just support them where they're at, and that's what we do. And we try to find those places where we can assist them.
I can't think of a better opportunity to give your time if you are that person and you are looking for the opportunity to make somebody feel better, to just be there, play music.
Absolutely.
Do like you said, put the groceries away, pick up the groceries. But I think it's a great opportunity.
Yeah. Another thing is, you have to think about this. Somebody that is in this place in life, right? They have a loved one that's a caregiver that is sitting with them all day long. But life still has to go on for them too. They still have doctor's appointments. They still need to go get a haircut or whatever it is. But they're not going to leave their loved one at home alone.
Right.
And so having people that would be willing to volunteer, that could go in and sit in a home and can just be there with that person, so that way their loved one knows that they're taken care of, that they're being cared for, that somebody's there with them, so they can do the simple things in life. Unless you're in that, unless you're experiencing that, you just don't know where that support's needed.
Yeah. Brian, I thank you so much for being with us. Brian from Accord Hospice, an amazing, amazing opportunity in the community. If you would like to volunteer, please see the notes after the show. We will have those phone numbers to recap. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Compassion Speaks. I'm your host, Lynn Lewis, and joining us now is Maria from Salvation Army. We're so excited to have you, Maria. We know how much Salvation Army does in our community. It is a vital part of the community, especially this time of year. We know that you are getting ready to do your bell ringers, and I may not be saying that right, but...
Nope, that's perfect. That's perfect. Our Red Kettle campaign is about to kick off. It is one of several programs that, Christmas programs that we have here on the mountain and everywhere, really. Besides doing the regular stuff that we do throughout the year, we have already been we've been blessed with being able to hang our angel tree tags and start sign-ups early. We're able to make some allowances on that. We're actually signing up some teenagers for one item each, because we know that families that struggle don't always have kids that are 12 and under. So that our bell ringers will be starting early again, which for some people will probably be a major irritation, but we love it because we are so self-supported up here for the majority of it. Yeah. And it's our biggest fundraiser of the year, and this year, unfortunately, due to COVID, it's really our only fundraiser that we're having this year, because of all the loss with the car shows and stuff like that. I
completely understand. We lost a lot of ours too with the Love Kitchen, and so when you lose those major, it impacts your entire year.
It does.
So knowing that you guys can move forward with that big one is such a blessing.
Super excited.
And it is your largest.
It is our largest.
So we know that it's going to be blessed, and we know it's going to be successful. Now, what locations will you be at this year?
So this year we will not be at Safeways, but and we're still waiting for 2 other contracts to come through. Still waiting for Walgreens and Bashas', but we're confident. We will be definitely at Walmart, Big Lots, JCPenney's, and that goes for the Walmart both here and in Snowflake Taylor. So big help, big support.
Yeah.
So you will still see us out there, and you never know, we might just throw a couple of small places into the mix.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I know that at one time you guys did have the smaller ones that you could just place in businesses. Is that still an option, and do you have locations yet?
The countertop kettles, yes. Those are still totally on the table. Matter of fact, we have a couple of businesses that keep them up there all year round, and that's just a blessing. Red Door Consignment keeps our kettle up there all year round. So does One Eye Jack's.
Awesome.
So yeah, so I plan on trying. We're just now hiring our kettle coordinator this week, so I'm trying to kind of get some of the footwork laid and get some of those kettles put out so that we can just start raising the little bits. Even the smaller kettles, they all count, and it all just makes an amazing difference.
So if you're a business and you have a countertop and you would like to maybe not have a bell ringer out front, but you could have something inside, that would sure be a huge help, especially with the fact that you did lose so many fundraisers this year. Every little extra bit that we businesses can do to help is super important.
It all adds up, and the community is the ones that make it happen, because we may place the kettle out there and annoy people with the bell ringing and whatnot, but it's the community that takes that change out of their pocket or that dollar bill out of their pocket and puts it in the kettle, whether it's a countertop or a regular kettle.
What do those funds, Maria, do to help the community? What exactly is it that those vital funds go towards? Because I know what you do, but there may be some people watching that don't know.
So those funds all stay local on the mountain. Everything that we raise up here on the mountain stays on the mountain. Checks may get processed through a center in Prescott, but it all comes back up here for our local projects like Emergency Food Bank. We're able to do emergency housing, especially during the winter months like we're coming up on right now. It's so vital. We also have another fund where we're able to do utility assistance, clothing referrals, bus passes, housing, regular housing. Certain times of the year we're able to offer some rental assistance and whatnot.
The list goes on and on and on. I know we from the Love Kitchen contact you guys often. We've had a great partnership over the years where the Love Kitchen is always focused on Thanksgiving. We've just pass that on to you to completely and fully do the Christmas dinners, because it's so important, and you guys have always done such an amazing job. Is that going to be happening this year?
Yes, it is. We are still going full steam ahead with all of our programs. The Christmas dinner will still take place. We are encouraging people that we understand with the COVID and all the restrictions and stuff that have happened, and there's a lot of concerns out there that it's about to be an even worse season. So we are focusing a lot more on to-goes, but we will still have the dining hall at the Nazarene Church open for those who need to come in and have a warm place to sit and eat a nice hot meal and fellowship with other people.
Perfect. For those that may not know, where is the Nazarene Church located? It's
on Clark Road. Right past the city park. I wish I had the exact address, but it's right next to the Show Low City Park on Clark Road, and it kind of sets off a little bit, but you'll see signage out there.
Perfect. And for those you may have mentioned, but for those, just to recap, that may not want to come and sit in the dining hall, will there be to-goes available, and is there a certain amount that they're allowed, or if they are a family of 10, can they pick up 10 to-goes?
Absolutely. Just like with the Sunday suppers that we did back at the beginning of the year, we encourage people that we know that it's not necessary to pack 10 people in a car just so we can see their faces to give them a hot meal. It's all about sharing with the community and showing our love for them and our love for Christ during the Christmas season. So if they come in and they say, I have a family of 10, we will make them 10 to-go boxes.
Perfect.
And then we also have some people that are willing to do extra deliveries besides Meals on Wheels that covers a large part of deliveries. We also have some other people that did the Sunday suppers that are going to be taking meals out to the Vernon area, say.
That is wonderful.
Yes.
That's great news. I know that's always a huge need, is can I have my meal delivered?
Yes.
And with Meals on Wheels being so vital, and we know what they do is important, they're not always able to do everybody. And so there is a need. I know for sure there's a need for meals to be delivered for those that cannot get out of their home or are just unable.
Yes.
So that's very important. Is there anything that you're looking from the community to make that meal possible, or is it already something that you guys have the food available, or is that something that you use your funding for?
Well, we use some of our funding for it. We do get donation of turkeys from Phoenix because they do a huge fundraiser down there for turkeys, for Thanksgiving boxes and our Christmas meals. And we also have some local restaurants and businesses that are just amazing, that step up every year and donate and donate. We are always accepting turkeys, always accepting for our Thanksgiving boxes. We kind of put it out to the community. There's a list of things that we put in our Thanksgiving boxes that we are always happy to accept. There again, the community is just so giving.
Yeah, they really are.
It just amazes me.
Well, I know that our community is surely blessed because of Salvation Army and everything that you guys have done. And Maria, I've worked with you for many years, and I'm so thankful for you. And thank you for being on
you guys and all you do.
Thank you, and thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
With that, we will say goodbye for this month, but we are so thankful that you were able to join us on Compassion Speaks. I'm your host, Lynn Lewis. We will see you next time.